sad Saturday of football for this show right here. Watching the Viking game. I was down in Tampa, Florida this weekend, visiting our good friend Weston Dell, Bears fan, hanging out with our other friends, Caroline, Maggie. Happy birthday, Maggie. Shout out, Maggie. Happy birthday. She's a big Bengals fan, and I bet her a tequila shot on the game. So midway through the third quarter, and guys, listen, the night before.
Well, you guys covered those. She should owe you.
Maybe she should, but there was. So we had a tequila shot for her birthday the night out before on Friday night. Biggest tequila shot I've ever had. Took me 3 gulps to finish. I was like, this is disgusting. I can't do this anymore. Bet the shot the following day because I'm confident in my team. And at 17-3, you would think that the Vikings can close out Jake Browning and the Bengals with Jamar Chase all banged up. My dad texts me, he might have jinxed it. He texts me late third quarter. Flores may be the greatest defensive coach ever. Seriously, not joking. Right after that, 3 straight touchdown drives for the Bengals, and we find ourselves in overtime in Cincinnati out of nowhere. It was just one of those games where I'm watching it, and we'll get to the overtime calls in a second, but I'm watching the end of that game, and out of nowhere, someone tweeted, he goes, Cincinnati receivers are just making absurd plays, out of thin air. It was they were dead in the water. Vikings defense hadn't allowed a touchdown in 13 quarters. And next thing you know, T. Higgins is jumping over people. Like, I don't understand how it's just at the end of the game, there was also a 3rd and 4 play. And Vikings fans, let me know if you remember this. There's a 3rd and 4 play on their game-winning drive where we had guys like 10 yards off. And Browning like threw a pump fake because the play was supposed to be deep, I think. And then he realized, wait a second, they're giving us the first down. Checked it down, and they wind up scoring going to overtime here. But what everyone's talking about, because Dave Portnoy tweeted about it, everyone's talking about the 3rd and inches, 4th and inches, where we had the most pathetic attempt at a tush push you'll ever see. And people are upset. I know my dad's upset that we didn't give the ball to Ty Chandler, who had a great game. But right after we got stuffed on the first one, which you should be able to get an inch in the NFL on a tush push. I don't care who it is.
Yeah, it's 2 QB sneaks.
It's 2 QB sneaks.
3rd and like half
you should get an inch.
That's crazy.
After they got stuffed the first time, I looked over at everyone I was with, and I just said, you go for it. Yeah, do the exact same thing. If you can't get an inch on 2 sneaks, you deserve to lose the game.
Yeah.
And sure enough, the Vikings find a way to get stuffed twice in a row. But did you have a problem with that play call? Because people are destroying O'Connell, and for that call alone, I wasn't too upset.
No, I think the proper move there is a quarterback sneak. I mean, you have to get it. You're like,
you have to get it.
It's 3rd down and you're this far from getting a first down. I mean, just push the dude and fall forward. No, the play call was correct. Just the execution was just abysmal. I don't know how you don't pick it up. Most teams do.
Everyone does.
Everyone does, yeah. No, I'd rather that than handing the ball off behind the line of scrimmage and risk getting stuff there.
Maybe on 3rd down, you give it to Chandler. But you got to think, they were, 5 for 5 on 4th down conversions this year, they said?
You have to fall forward an inch. Like, that's better than handing the ball off behind the line. There's a better chance you get stuff doing that than a quarterback sneak. I don't know how you didn't pick that up.
Yeah, I mean, look, on quarterback sneaks, when there's less than a yard to go, NFL teams convert that about 85% of the time.
I'm surprised it's not higher.
You cannot be mad at the guy for calling the high probability play, because 85% also means 15% of the time they don't. The thing that was just so frustrating as a Vikings fan watching this game, I hate when people say things like the other team just wanted it more, right? Because this is the NFL. Everyone wants to win. But Paul, didn't you feel like on that T. Higgins touchdown, on that Joe Mixon 3rd effort touchdown, on the Vikings QB sneaks, like these guys just weren't playing like they wanted to win? The Bengals players were getting physical. They competed. They constantly moved the ball forward.
I don't know if it was I'm not going to call out the effort of the guys, because I think at the end of the day, Mixon made a great play. Pace is a smaller linebacker. It just was so many things had to go wrong for Minnesota to lose. It was Pace getting beat on the head-on collision with Mixon. Higgins, I don't understand. It's the second time this year now that we've lost a game on a jump ball where our cornerback just kind of watches it and waits for Higgins or Cortland Sutton to catch it and then try swiping. And it's like, what are we doing in these late game scenarios?
This Saturday, 10 days before Christmas now, is a bit of a tradition. the Vikings will be in a game where
phenomenal Saturday game.
Yeah, they're either blowing somebody out or getting blown out.
But this game was over. This game was over.
Oh yeah, it was. You were blowing them out.
And then we had to listen to Jake Browning in the press conference, and I have no issues with Jake Browning. Like it's a really cool ride that he's on right now.
Played a very good second half.
He played fine. He just was like launching the ball up, and people were coming down with him.
That throw to Boyd at the end of the game was a very good throw.
Throw to Boyd was good, but I mean, this should not be completed.
I thought it was a good throw.
I mean, yeah,
Higgins one, so that should be picked
No,
off.
Higgins was also a good throw.
It wasn't. He was off his back foot running.
Yeah, Higgins came down with it. He has a tall, lanky receiver, throw it in his area. He comes down with it.
Ziggy knows.
Yeah,
Ziggy knows.
that T. Higgins play probably earned T. Higgins $10 million this offseason.
The catch was one of the best catches I've ever seen, but I mean, Browning, you put
such
it up
Vikings
there.
bullshit too to have Higgins like falling out of bounds, be able to extend it over the goal line. Like
that was unbelievable.
It was crazy. It was crazy, and there's just so many different things that happen. You go only the Vikings, only the Vikings, only the Vikings, and I tell you what, I'm so tired. I'm so sick and tired of having people text me. So sorry, man, on these national TV games, and I'm like, yeah, I know, it's horrible.
I mean, well, like they're not sorry.
Like I saw it coming. I saw it coming a million miles away. A million miles away, you could see the end coming, and every time it happens, I just don't.
I'm just so sad, man. You look at the games we've lost, like the Bengals overtime, the Broncos by 1,
Chargers, Chiefs.
Yeah. Are you telling me like if we have Kirk Cousins is on this team, the Vikings currently have 11 wins? If we have Kirk the whole season,
if we have Kirk,
are you telling me Kirk's not good for 2 points against the Broncos or 3 points against the Bengals?
No, we'd win the division if we had Kirk.
That's unfortunate. Yeah.
But it's part of the game. It's last thing, and then we'll move off this. Nick Mullens next week. Do you want him starting, Ziggy?
I don't know, man. I just
we have a musical chair.
I put John.
I'm so crushed, Paul. I don't care who plays quarterback. This team's cursed. It's over. But I don't know. If Nick Mullens tossed that interception, it was so bad.
It was bad.
I can't send that guy.
I think
out.
Mullens should 100% be the quarterback.
Ty Chandler was awesome.
Chandler was great, and you know what? All season long, Vikings fans have known that. Everyone said
that big dude on the Bengals, big nose tackle, goes down early, and the Vikings took advantage of that.
Yeah, Chandler had 132 yards and a touchdown. But Mullens,
do you know why Madison is still starting over Chandler?
No, it doesn't really make sense. I don't mind Madison coming in and getting some touches, but Chandler should get the majority of the reps.
I think he's awesome.
But last thing is that I thought Mullens did. He throws the ball better than Dobbs, and I know that he had made a couple big mistakes. The interception from the D tackle was just ridiculous. Like, just take the sack. But I thought that he put us in a better position to win than Dobbs would have. He had 303 yards. Like, he played well. He just had a couple big mistakes. And at the end of the day, he did lead us on the touchdown drive. I have no idea how Addison caught that. It's just when the defense lost 21 points in the fourth quarter to Jake Browning and the Bengals without Jamar Chase playing. You kind of, what's going on here?
I mean, look, when the Brownies are sitting in the Burrow box at home on a Saturday, like, they weren't going to lose. They were never going to lose that game.
No, the Brownings don't have that effect.
That's why I hit the Bengals plus 700 live.